Had one at Kaer Morhen.
Please.
Looks alive. $100 loose an arrow if he saw that in the woods. A basin of water?
For teleprojection. A reflection of Ermion appears on the surface. Supplicants speak to it.
Ah!
Are you all right?
Cut myself. The door's locked. The animals. They're alive. Yen, watch out! Monsters. I can feel them. Coming closer. They're everywhere. Strange. Smells of mushrooms in here.
That's one less.
Show me what you got. What's happening?
You were hallucinating. You ran at Ermion's animals, sword flailing. I had to calm you.
Must have looked strange.
Your years of vigorous training at Kaer Morhen finally paid off. Bested nearly all the stuffed beasts in here.
Please.
Fine. We've passed the trial of taxidermy. The door stands open. Let's go inside, Geralt. I'll lock the entrance. We don't want to raise suspicions. Ah, our dear Druid's laboratory.
Pine
We must
cone.
search it thoroughly.
Didn't expect
the Mask
this.
of Urboros
Large
must
female.
be here. Ermion's wand. He's one of the few druids to use one. Wondrous world of insectoid.
A sword in a stone. Things begging me to pull it out.
It's not in the stone, don't you see? It's held there by a vice.
A child's skull. Skelliger's tales about the wild hunt.
The island is...
Seems Ermion has real tobacco brought in. Letter bearing Ermion's seal to the Druids. Warns them about you. That brazen manipulator.
the shameless schemer.
Dwarven triple mead. Goes in for light reading, too. The Corpse of Novigrad by Sasha Hadi. Laboratory worthy of an imperial alchemist. A goat carved out of lindenwood, signed to Uncle Ermion.
Little Ciri's handiwork. That's what she called him when he was her tutor.
Looks like Ermion places something in the statue's hand. What do you say we give it a pine cone? Nothing. So, statue, how about a skull? Guess you're no indecisive prince. How about a mug of mead? Statue or not, everybody needs a drink sometimes. Huh, seems like it worked. Who would have thunk?
Ermion enjoys jests achieved at the expense of others. I have a sneaking suspicion the mask will be in here. Geralt, come here! This is it. We've got it. We must return to the feast quickly before...
Careful now.
Taste this! It's a trap!
Great.
Hear that?
Smelled it. Gas. Grate's still closed. Gotta think of something quick.
The damned druid will poison us. This vapor's deadly. We've got but a few minutes.
Teleport us out of here.
Think of something. Quickly. First thing to come to your mind. Hold on tight.
Now heed my words. There is no greater act of valor than to fight a beast cursed by men and gods. No greater deed than that done to serve the goddess.
Words of uncommon beauty. We thank you, and we'll take them to heart. But now, let's begin. We have seen Bran off to the beyond, and must now choose his successor. A king must be wise. A king must command respect. A king must have bollocks. We've no lack of men like that. Let those who feel worthy of the throne of Skellige step forth. My son could not be here this day. Behold his axe! Behold his will! May the best man or woman win! What's got into her?
She's your daughter, is she not?
Now I know why she said she'll sail to Speakerog. Ah, children. The older they grow, the more trouble they are. Come with me. All the more essential we talk now. How was it, Geralt, when Ciri was nearing womanhood? I remember well her nan, her mother, what they were like. They say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Ciri was impossible to control. No telling her what to do. Had to have things her own way almost always. Why do you ask?
No specific reason. She and Ceres, they're of a similar age. But we'll speak of my children later. First, let's speak of yours. Yennefer claims Ciri's in trouble, and you seek her.
That's right.
If you require aid, gold, ships, anything, merely say the word. I'll give you all I can. And I know the lass lives. I'm sure of it. When the blood of Rhiannon's daughters is shed, the sea grows white with fury. I'd mark such a storm.
Magic anomaly on Ord Skellig somehow related to Ciri, or so Yennefer believes.
It's my strong suspicion, but I can only know for certain by examining the site.
I saw the twisted forms. Right unnatural. The druids were barely able to contain it. Explain to me, Yennefer, how Ciri might have caused this great catastrophe.
I'm intent on learning that very thing. Which I will do as soon as Ermion stops hindering my investigation.
Don't concern yourself with him. Druids have little trust for mages. But Ermion's heart is in the right place. Am I right to assume he does not know you seek Ciri?
It's of no concern to him.
As I thought. At any rate, Ard Skellig's my isle. You've my permission to investigate as you see fit.
Thank you.
No need. I swore an oath once. I aim to keep it. Anvald, tell the druid I must speak to him. At the usual spot. I've one more matter to broach. My children. You remember Hjalmar? Well, he swore an oath to kill the giant of Undvik. Set off and has yet to return. Whereas Ceres announced that she's to set off on an adventure of her own. Got it in her head that Udalric is not mad, but cursed.
Giants. They've been extinct for ages. Anyone actually seen the one on Undvik?
Aye, dozens of refugees have. The giant drove everyone off the isle. I've welcomed what remains of Clan Tordarach here on Ard Skellig.
I heard a rumor that an unnatural frost gripped Undvik before the giant appeared.
It's true. At any rate, Hjalmar decided to kill the giant and give the isle back to its people. A deed worthy of a king, he believes. My son gathered a hearty crew at the new port. They were to sail to Undvik, then travel on foot to Oskar, the village. But that many lads should have killed the giant long ago. Thus, I thought to ask you.
You should start at the new port. Ask around. Hjalmar might have told someone there his plans.
Take it Ceres wants to lift the curse.
There's no curse to speak of. Ceres has decided she must match Hjalmar and sort out a deed worthy of a queen.
Think she might need my help? You did plan to ask me for it. Why?
The thing is, I don't trust Udalric further than I can spit. Ceres won't listen to me, or her brother. Yet confronted by a professional who will explain why she's mistaken, she just might come to her senses. So yes, I ask that you explain things to her and bring her back.
Can't help wondering. Got no plans to vie for the crown yourself? Think a good number of the Jarls would support you.
A good number? Those opposed would be fierce, rabid. Madman Lugas would sooner see an Nilfgaardian on the throne. Besides, a man should know when to step aside. Hand the tiller to the youth among us.
If either Hjalmar or Ceres need help, I'll help them.
I thank you.
Well, now that we're done thanking one another, let's get to work. We must determine if Ciri is still on Ardskellig. I'll change into travel attire and find you. Head south. The anomaly we should investigate destroyed a stretch of forest along the shore of the bay. A successful feast on all counts, Krach. I will see you later.
Witcher, eh?
Ah,
Dead tired, huh?
Delf, Holger. You're drunk as a sea swine.
got to kill Donar.
Why?
Hjalmar will never be king. The gods have cursed the lands.
Friends we show heart, foes we show our axe. Remember.
Adventure seeker.
What's this? It's, adornment. They engraved it. Melt this blade and forge it again. A sword for cutting, not looking pretty.
Interested in a weapon? There's a tale behind every item I've got.
Tell me a story about one of your weapons.
See this sword? You know by its crafter's mark that it was forged in the Isles. Belonged to Lars, who would have been the same age as I.
What happened to him?
His wife went missing during a nasty storm. It was said the goddess smiled fondly on her, so Lars refused to believe she was truly dead. He ran out on the rocks and begged Freya to give his wife back. Left his sword behind to show the gods' humility, and never returned for it.
Selling that same sword now?
We could have tossed it in the sea, but fish got no use for blades. He had no family, so I'm selling it. To the right man.
What are you peddling? Wouldn't mind a few rounds of Gwent.
It's, adornment. They engraved it. Melt this blade and forge it again.
Yeah.
A sword for cutting, not looking pretty.
Greetings, White Wolf. I suspected you'd come by. Bah, I was sure of it.
Oh, yeah?
The best stocked armory in all Skellig is right here at Caer Trolda Castle. Everyone knows it.
I'll gladly see for myself.
Take your time. Give them all a careful look.
What do you think? Who'll be the next king of the Isles?
Hjalmar, clear as day. Lad's brave and generous. And from Croc's own line. No better claimant.
Looking for someone who can make me a master quality breastplate.
Never known a master who wasn't a dwarf.
Fergus, perhaps? Say he's holed up somewhere in Velen.
Craft something for me, will you? Wouldn't mind a few rounds of cards.
What's this? It's, adornment.
See, you thought zippers on the continent.
My little Morgan's birthday tomorrow. I've no clue what to give her. Maybe a nice little...
Are you serious?
But finding me proved no simple task. For having fallen afoul of Novigrad's underworld bosses, I'd disappeared. Yet Geralt soon discovered my whereabouts, a cell in the dungeon of the Temple Guard. With the help of our friends, Geralt managed to free me. Good thing, too, for indeed I knew what had happened to Ciri. Sadly, she was no longer in Novigrad. Pursued by bandits, then cornered by the Temple Guard, she had disappeared in a flash of light and a gust of heat. Where to? This I did not know.
Wonderful.
What's the rush? Killer spare a couple of
You were vulgar one.
I'd give you a deceit for
heroic deeds, but
Hey,
madam...
I can't control
well,
what I inherit.
But you can control what you do with it.
I know, which is exactly why I'm considering.
Oh, you're always considering. If it's not one thing, it's another. Let me know when you finally decide.
What was that about?
She spat in my face. Or might as well have. Called me a whoremonger and a witless hack. Can you imagine? Wit is my forte.
Gotta say, Priscilla's really growing on me.
Save it.
And why don't you save your pouting? Prove to her she's wrong.
Exactly what I plan to do. I've always dreamed of having my own cabaret. A bit of paint and plaster, and this place will do splendidly. Just one hitch. I need coin. So, if you happen to get a break between drowners and ekamajigs, maybe you can help an old friend out.
How can I help you?
I dated this girl once, Sophronia. That's a name if you can believe it. Has a merchant for a father, importer of spices from Zerrikania. And Daddy Dear would never refuse his daughter Dear a thing. We can borrow the coin from her.
Name rings a bell. Isn't this the woman you abandoned without saying a word? Stepped out for a bottle of wine, never to return?
Knew I bought that wine for a reason.
Long time ago, that.
Been away a while, sure. Which is why I need to draw on your authority. You've got some, you know, no matter what you might think.
Fine. Tell me what you want. Got a feeling you've a plan all cooked up.
Sophronia could still be holding a grudge after our unfortunate parting. But with a touch of help from you, I know she'll forgive me. And then give me that loan.
What's this help entail?
First of all, we need to borrow a dull sword from Madame Irina, one of her props. You know, the kind they use during performances? Get that, then meet me outside Sophronia's house.
Let's say I agree and go see Madame Irina. What'll you be doing in the meantime?
Something I have to finish. But I promise I'll do it before you come back with the sword. Then I'll tell you the rest.
Let's say I agree and go...
Something I have...
Sorry, Dandelion.
You always say that. If you change your mind, I'll be here.
What's the hurry, my prince?
Got a minute?
For you, my friend, always.
Well, you know. Wanna dip your dingle? Hey, darling. Like what you see?
What did you want from Sophronia? Slipped my mind.
Geralt, I want to transform this esteemed establishment into a first-class cabaret.
I remember now. Gotta help you convince her you're trustworthy.
Exactly. And to do that, we need a sword from Madame Irina Renard's prop collection. So, will you help?
You're fucking amazing. On top of me.
You're a vulgar one. You can see it in your face.
Fine, but...
Geralt, the only butts in this plan will be the ones filling my seats. It'll work, you'll see. Get the sword from Madame Irina and meet me outside Sophronia's at sunset.
Old man Newman left me a gift last time.
What? He never given me nothing but floppy diddly.
If you don't know how to give, you can't receive.
Saying I'm no good at giving.
To
Hey,
give, you've got to have
darling,
talent
like what
and
you
character.
see. It's a material world.
What's the hurry?
The last individual who tried to come in on my business, it took them a month to find him. Am I being clear, Chive?
What's the fuss about? Can you not treat me as a bit of healthy competition?
Why are you even talking to him, Duke? I've always maintained 2 smashed knees are worth 1,000 words.
Oh, get out! Glad you came.
What's this about?
Nothing. I just wanted you to meet my new pals before they bugger the fuck off. Because we were just parting, right?
We'll have our reckoning yet, Chive. Soon.
What's this? Some flea-ridden mutant got you scared, Duke? Just say the word. I'll take care of him. Take a peek at what he's got inside, then make the midget eat it. Sound good?
Next time, Earl. Let's go.
Right, and don't show your hides round here ever again. Well, that puts me up to the neck in fucking shite without the shovel.
Shady, those guys. Who were they?
Puffed up fish bladders, Duke. Word does he's out to be the new Horse Son Jr., but the bugger's missing a hell of a lot. Specifically coin, influence, men, and class.
And the other?
Earl. A scumjug like few others. Skin of my arse twitches at the sight of him. Back in Mahakam, we'd send sow buggers like that down the coalface with a bundle of powder and a leaky lamp.
What's this all about? Doing business with them?
Exactly the ploughing opposite. You see, Geralt, old pal...
About to ask me for help, aren't you?
The thing is, I sort of kinda owe a wee sum to a mutual acquaintance. Francis Bedlam, the king of beggars. To pay off the debt, I've made up my mind to get serious about Gwent.
Getting better by the minute.
Not the playing of it, mind you, but the cards themselves. Rarest of them fetch princely sums these days. Sadly, that's not exactly arcane knowledge. Got a buyer in heat for my collection, missing just 3 cards. But Duke's dregs are all over my arse, so... What do you say, Geralt?
Fine. We'll try to hunt down those cards. Which ones you need?
Fringilla, Vigo, Isengrim, and John Natalis. Devilish hard to get hold of. Duke's been trying too, hasn't had any luck.
Wait, you don't even know where to look for these cards?
Nah, it's not as bad as that. I'm betting Zed's got them. He quit fencing recently, only deals in cards now. Unfortunately, the arsewite won't talk to me. Not after I bought a one-of-a-kind Scoia'tael card out from under his nose. Would you mind going to see him?
Zed. Sounds familiar.
Big fish in the card pond. Has a shop along the south wall. And thank you, Geralt. I actually think I stand to pay off this debt now.
No problem. See you later, Zoltan.
Oh, man, you wanna dip your dingle? What? He never given me nothing. Floppy diddly.
If you don't know how to give, you can't receive.
Saying I'm no good at giving?
To give,
You
you've got to
always
tell
wear
it.
tight
And
trousers.
I haven't the strength, Geralt. Perhaps you can talk some sense into him.
Look at that, just...
What village are you from?
Willows.
Another drifters
Into
from
me
Tiberi.
area 2 goes road from the Zima.
No loitering round here.
Power of the eternal
Trust
fire.
my soul. I met you, mate. Back there at Loch Marine.
So, how you go with this healer? I was faffing about minding my own business when suddenly up he pops and heals me.
As they say,
I've worked up quite
a
the
bard
appetite.
must be a quick talker, and a witcher a quick stalker. All's in all.
Nowadays, one note, one word's enough to send you to the stake.
Truth is, we're already dependent on the Black Ones. Economically.
I read one look is all it takes to get scouts.
Ah, so good to see you.
You and Dudu know each other well?
Yes, though he's never told me much about himself. He was a merchant once?
Mm-hmm. Dudu always had a penchant for enterprise. Probably too honest to succeed in Novigrad, though.
Precisely. I've told him countless times that no matter how many times he changes his appearance, the good in him will always emerge. Bloodthirsty tyrants and vicious assassins. He played them so poorly. That must be why. Whereas he always made for an excellent trusted servant or ghost of the old king.
Got a request. Need to borrow one of your props. One of the swords you use for stage battles.
My, whatever do you need that for?
I don't know, but Dandelion claims it's essential.
Oh, yes. I suspected Master Dandelion might have a hand in this. I certainly hope you don't aim to compete with me. Voila.
Thanks. I'll try not to damage it. So long.
I've worked up quite the appetite.
Don't know who you're looking for, but you won't find him
La
here.
la 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 la.
Oh, come here, hero. Give us a kiss.
Why is your hair so grey, darling?
Hell you!
Arms for the poor. Eternal fire protects us. Gives monsters the shits. Help, save me. I'm dying of poverty.
Life, you gotta take risks and not get fucked.
I know some frown upon you, but to me, you're a hero. A hired killer. I wonder if he pays taxes.
Greetings to the honourable gentleman. Razors, scissors, knives, ground to sharpness mere moments ago.
Need a trim. Think you can manage? So long.
I must see a medic. Stare any harder and your eyes will pop out.
Ah, finally made it. Listen, here's the plan. Sophronia loves adventure-filled romance novels. I can be a hero in her eyes, if I can just save her from a bandit. I'll have her eating out of my hand, and there's no way she'll begrudge me that loan.
Want me to be the bandit?
Knew you'd see the sense in it right away.
This could actually work.
Written your lines already.
You've written what?
So you know what to say during the performance. Here, and your mask. Put it on. Sophronia can't recognize you.
But...
No time. Sophronia's coming. Stick to the plan. We'll meet at the Rosemary in the morning.
Stop right there.
What is this? Help! Save me!
Tremble, flaxen-haired wench. Bow before the Prince of Thieves.
Not so fast. Drop your sword, scoundrel. This is your first and last warning.
Dandelion!
'Tis I, though the scum of the city call me the Crimson Avenger.
No, not the Crimson Avenger.
Silence, vermin! You shall regret the day you were born.
Dandelion!
On guard!
I mean, Crimson Avenger!
You're better than I thought.
Gods! Help!
The Crimson Avenger triumphs again.
My hair! Are you well?
One blow struck true. Another scar from my collection.
Come inside. I shall bandage you up. Be gone, vile bandit, or the Crimson Avenger will beat you senseless!
for living.
Don't
Turn it back, keep you safe. So, how you go with this evening?
Oh!
Fella pick up one, my own business, when suddenly, up he pops and deals me.
You got the streets respect, Witcher. Look awfully suspicious to me, tramp.
Hey,
Old man Newman left me a gift
You
last
look
time.
fucking amazing.
He never given
On
me
top
nothing
of
but
me.
floppy diddly.
If you don't know how to give, you can't receive.
Saying I'm no good at giving.
To give, you got to have talent and character.
Hey, darling. Like what you see?
Snake eyes. Got a snake's tongue as well.
I'm a right and randy dandy. The ladies find me handy.
Wanna dip your dingle?
Old man Newman left me a gift last time.
What? He never given me nothing but floppy diddly.
If you don't know how to give, you can't receive.
Saying I'm no good at giving?
To give, you got to have talent and character.
Hey, darling. Like what you see?
My head's spinning.
I'd give you a discount.
How are things, Dudu?
So, I suppose. Might have been days in the past when I'd have said, wonderful. But I can't complain. I'm in one piece. Not bound to a stake atop a pyre.
Ever considered leaving? Forgetting Novigrad altogether?
What for? To pass from the frying pan into the fire? The war's not yet crept here. Famine's not kicked at our door. Not that the future's looking rosy.
But you don't have to be human. Maybe you could try something else.
I've assumed many forms over the years, and in spite of all, life as a human has proven most interesting. After all, you humans rule the world.
Gotta admit, your Menga, it's a brilliant impersonation.
Don't remind me. I'm rather disgusted.
Come on, he wasn't all out terrible.
You understand nothing. A Doppler assumes more than a man's external appearance. I've learnt what a scoundrel had knocking about in his head. Once I became him, not an hour passed before I felt the urge to break a sorceress's fingers. After two, I caught myself lusting to impale someone, and immediately after that, it hit me. The paranoid fear of a Doppler conspiracy.
Dudu, tell me. The halfling Biberveld goes from being a prosperous merchant to being a pauper. How?
Prefer the long version or the short?
Short, please.
The war.
I was under the impression merchants grow fat on wars.
Some do, but I've a serious personality flaw. I'm honest. I could not reap profits from the suffering of others. I paid taxes. I never cooked my books. And then a ship full of my goods sank. I pulled through somehow, but then a second fell prey to Skelligan raiders, rendering me insolvent. When inflation hit and interest rates rose, I, at long last, fell.
Take care of yourself, Dudu.
Oh, those bigots haven't the cunning to strip me of this mask.
Randy dandy. The ladies find me handy.
You always wear tight trousers.
Hey, handsome.
You always wear tight trousers.
Old man Newman left me a
Hey,
gift last time.
handsome.
What?
He never given me nothing but floppy, did he?
You don't know how to give.
I haven't the strength, Geralt.
Saying I'm no good. Perhaps
at
you can
giving.
talk some sense
Forgive
into
me,
me.
you've got a
Rest.
talent and character.
Hey there, handsome.
There's been a misunderstanding. You're here too early.
We agreed to meet today, so we've come today. Supplies are all hauled in and the crew's raring to work. We'll start just as soon as our lovely directress gets round to deciding on the decoration.
But Dandelion doesn't even have the coin to pay you.
Turns out he does now, or soon will. At any rate, he's working on it.
See? It's all peachy. So will you finally decide what style you want for this interior?
You're a vulgar one. I can see it in your face.
What are our choices?
Master Dandelion said he was torn between boudoir style and theatre decor. Promised to let us know his choice soon as we arrived. Now we're here, but no decision's been made. And the lady's horribly surprised she's to choose. Though apparently this whole renovation's for her sake.
For me?
Well, it's not for me. Now, would you please decide where I bust a vessel?
I've no idea what Dandelion would like. Geralt, you've known him longer. Say something.
Sure, I've known him longer, but he's never so much as changed his socks for me. Never mind commissioning a full-blown renovation. He's doing this for you, clearly. You should decide.
Both our lives have revolved around the stage, and cabaret's a form of theatre, in a way. Fine. Let's do the theatre decor. I certainly hope it'll be to his liking.
A wonderful choice it is. At last. Gentlemen, you're done lollygagging. Get to work.
Well, well. Guess this cabaret's the real thing.
Ever since Dandelion inherited this place, he's talked about it constantly. I just never expected him to take action. And so quickly.
Who knows? Might even settle down now. He'll have to keep an eye on the business. Who would have known?
Despite what people say about him, Dandelion approaches life very rationally.
Got a snake's tongue as well.
True enough. Adheres to the principle that a life enjoyed is a life well lived.
You needn't mock.
I'm not. I mean that. Nothing wrong with the principle. Dandelion just knows how to enjoy life. It's a good thing.
Dandelion can also be responsible. He always pays anyone who works for him on time, and he's never missed a performance.
Sure hope your opening won't be the first. He's still not here.
Well, he said as soon as he got the coin, he'd go see Polly, our choreographer. She's missed the last few rehearsals. I certainly hope he's not gotten into trouble.
Anything's possible with Dandelion. Let me see if I can't find him.
What's the hurry, my prince?
It's clear as the eternal fire.
Nothing hurts as much as love.
Typical.
Got right cabbage last night. My head feels like...
Polly, everything all right? Open up! Polly, everything all right?
What's the ruckus about?
Polly and her half-brained fiancé. They're fighting. She's the only one in this town who knows anything about choreography, and that lummox won't let her work for me. Hold on. What are you doing here? We were gonna meet at the Rosemary.
We were, but you didn't show. Priscilla started to worry, so I came to see how you were doing.
Priscilla started worrying about me? That's so nice.
Less for her than for you, I'm sure. So let's get back.
Did you not hear what's going on in there? We've gotta help Polly. Why do beautiful women always end up with such dicks?
No idea. Stand back. I'll break the door down.
Wait! Do we have to destroy her house? She keeps a spare key around here somewhere.
How would you know she keeps a spare key around here?
It's not as if we started working together yesterday. Before Polly joined forces with Hubio...
You'd visit her? Often?
I'd hide out here while Priscilla and Polly rehearsed at the Rosemary and Thyme. They worked on the dance numbers. I composed.
So, Polly's not one of your...
I never mix business and pleasure.
The one exception being Priscilla.
Who you were just saying is worried about us. So enough of the chatter, and start looking.
Fine. Let's find the key.
Damn it. Now where would she leave...
Not here. The key.
Scandalous. Letting such miscreants into the city.
Whoa! What the devil's this? Get out of my house!
Watch it, and leave the woman alone.
What the... She's my betrothed.
But I'm not your property.
I love her. I'll not let her sway her ass in his brothel.
Whoa, slow down there a minute. This is clearly one gigantic misunderstanding. One I can clear up in the blink of an eye.
Shove your excuses up your ass. Sod off, or I'll split your skull.
My friend asked you nicely, so please be courteous in return and hear him out, or we'll settle this another way.
All right, talk.
Hubio, right? Polly's told me so much about you. She said you're erudite and have an open mind.
You said that? Well, there's a truth to it. My mind's the open salt, but its open-saltedness ends when my betrothed starts wagging her ass around brothels. Get out of here, both of yous. Polly's not going anywhere.
Let him finish. There's no brothel involved.
You see, friend, Geralt just hit the nail on the head. For what you have there is the old publicity placard.
Old?
Very. From a time when my establishment was under different management. I, however, would never let any indecency take place in my cabaret. My very reputation precludes it.
So, what's all this about?
Your betrothed is a first-class artiste, and I want to offer her a position worthy of her talents. She's to be my choreographer, and that in turn means she'll receive a share of the proceeds from every performance she choreographs.
You mean to say... coin?
And fame. No flirting required. You have my word.
Oh. Suppose... in that case...
I knew you'd agree.
It's settled then. See you at the Rosemary, Polly.
Well, I'm off.
I'll catch up to you. Whew. Never expected that to go so well.
You handled it well, Dandelion. Man was putty in your hands once you called him erudite.
In negotiation, as in combat, the key is to find your opponent's weak spot and exploit it to the hilt.
So, time to head back?
I've still got to stop by Rotlegs. commissioned some new placards from him a while ago, but Hubio came across the old version. Plowing artists got some serious explaining to do.
Who's Rodlick?
Never heard of him? Hank Rotlick, famous portrait artist?
Commissioned a portrait artist to paint your placards?
Henry's an old friend, needed the coin. And I decided we needed new placards to promote the opening performance. Seats won't fill themselves, you know.
I'll go see Rodlick. You head back to the Rosemary, or Priscilla will have my head.
Really? You'd go?
No, said that for the hell of it. Tell me where he lives.
Portside.
See you soon.
Black ones, Jamians, as long as they pay.
We can go at it here, or at my place.
Slap at noon rides ticks. You're a bigger rat picker than me. Life, you gotta take risks and not get fat. Slap at noon rides ticks.
What'll it be?
Farewell.
What'll it be?
What are you serving? Farewell.
seen better.
What was that?
Ow! Watch where you step!
Looking for Rodlick.
You ain't alone. Damn halfling's in debt to half the city, but I'm here to scrape mine before the carcass is picked clean.
There's not enough for everyone, so bugger off. Feeding time's first come, first served.
You're not gonna rob him.
Strange, don't recall asking your permission. Get him, Fred! Regret this.
Come on.
Impotent.
Shit.
Tell me what you want, damn it!
Placards.
There ain't no ploughing placards here.
And Rodlick? Where's he?
Same place as always. Vehicle Bud Estate. Losing his last crowns at the races.
See? Wasn't that easy? Could have said so right away.
The new fee for the Big Four. Will you pay it?
The power of the eternal fire.
I tell you, this city will devour itself.
Non-human, are you?
Scandalous! Letting such
I'll miss a woman's
miscreants
touch.
into the city.
By order of the hierarch, whosoever makes
So, how'd you go with this healer?
I was faffing about minding my own business when suddenly up he pops and heals me.
Is this
Oh,
like a fine sight?
On
the road all day and now...
Cram it off, what?
Black ones took Vizima. They'll take Novigrad too.
Oh.
There must be order.
Trouble?
Let's go.
Look! Look!
Go, go.
Hey-ya!
Seems you're a considerable psalm in the red, but you shan't back out on that account, eh?
Won't have much of a choice before long.
Come now, old sport.
Wind's howling.
That. Who'd I wager with then, eh? Listen, here's what we'll do. We'll make one more bet. If you win, I'll pay your debts and we'll continue playing. What do you say?
And if I lose?
One worry at a time, old chum. Well, I have to place my bet.
You Rodlick?
Henri Rotlick, artist, painter, debtor, and martyr to my art. At your service.
Dandelion sent me.
Oh, yes. Tell him his placards are done and safely hidden away. Yet, alas, I cannot fetch them, as a group of angry creditors has seized my home.
Think I might have run into one of them.
Then you know my predicament. And now Count de Louverton has offered me the chance to win it all back. I'm to wager on a race.
Generous. Not just anybody could afford to do that.
De Louverton is not just anybody. He's Duke Sam's youngest son. Sam of the well-known family of gem dealers. One debt more or less makes little difference to him.
What's there to worry about? This is your chance to settle up, get a clean slate.
I've had a spell of bad luck lately. Should I agree to de Louverton's offer and lose, I shall be in bondage to him for all time.
Let's do this. I'll enter the race. You'll bet on me, win, pay your debts, then give me the placards.
You are that good a rider?
Far from the worst. Go tell the Count you accept his offer.
Thank you. I never expected this. May I ask to what I owe this generosity?
Let's just say I like to do a good deed from time to time. Can we get those placards now?
I'll bring them to the Rosemary in time, just as soon as I settle my obligations.
Fine. See you there.
Oh,
What?
But when we I've no doubt it's another of Menga's ideas.
What shall lose our trade with the Empire? Shall lose our such are the times of our trade we do with the Empire. We shall lose our shares in the maritime company.
You'll see. My wife Radovid will move Redania's capital to no.
Wondering if I could take part in the races.
If you've coin for the rider's fee and a steed of your own, why not? Decide quickly, please. There's a race about to begin.
I want a race.
Grand. Your name and the name of your steed.
Geralt of Rivia, on Roach.
Excellent. Your opponent, let me see. Seamus Holt, astride Athos.
Visitors, saddle up! On 3! 1, 2, 3! Off you go!
You'll see. Radovid.
Giddy up.
Happy trails! Hear ye, hear ye! The final of the Erasmus Vegelbud Memorial Derby is over! The winner is Geralt of Rivia, riding Roach! Glory to the victor!
Not bad, yet we shouldn't kid ourselves. The competition was hardly stiff. Shall I sign you up for another?
Like to race again.
Excellent, don't go anywhere, we'll start soon. Your opponent this time, Viscount Roma astride Caniculus. The Viscount races incognito, so I must ask for your discretion.
Competitors, saddle up!
For refusing to
On
bow.
3! 1, 2, 3! Off you go!
Let's go!
What terrible luck for you. Well, there's always the next time.
Like to race again?
Excellent. Don't go in.
Competitors, saddle up! On 3! 1, 2, 3! Off you go!
You're fucking dead! Murder! Someone help me, please!
Hear ye, hear ye! The final of the Erasmus
Come on.
Vegelbud Memorial Derby is over! The winner is Geralt of Rivia, riding Roach! Glory to the victor!
Bravo! Congratulations, you won in style. Shall I sign you up for another?
Want to try again?
Gained an appetite, have we? Your opponent this time, Luke Vegelbud, young Lord Albert's cousin, atop succubus. He's the black sheep of the family, but he's not lost a race yet, so he's seen as something of a local champion.
Competitors, saddle up! On 3! 1, 2, 3! Off you go! The final of the Erasmus Vegelbud Memorial Derby is over. The winner is Geralt
Slower.
of Rivia, riding Roach. Glory to the victor! Fantastic race! Congratulations! A grand victory!
Is there a land where I can find more of your kind?
Geralt of Rivia. Got it right.
What do you want?
To express my admiration on account of your victory. And here, brought you an invitation from the boss. He'd like to congratulate you personally. Farewell.
Run, Roach.
My granddad wanted to return from his travels with the book.
Greetings.
What is it,
Don't mind him. Sit with us.
You're most welcome to. Though be warned, we're in the middle of some serious studying, as our learned companion calls it.
Thanks. Be happy to join you.
What do they call you?
I'm Geralt of Rivia. I'm a witcher.
They call me Rufus, and this here learned fellow is Theophile Maria Roscoe, and this is... sorry.
Manfred. I'm Manfred.
Exactly. Geralt. Heard that name before. You frequent the fairs?
No.
You've confused him with Gerard, the stage artist who indeed attends fairs and breaks wind to the tune of popular melodies. To the delight of the crowds, I'd add. Our guest is none other than the White Wolf himself.
Well, my apologies. Ain't you the one that... You know, the rumours about Foltest's death?
No. Wasn't me. Any news? Of the war, for instance?
They say the Black Ones will mount a new offensive soon to cross the Pontar. I bet diamonds to peanuts Radovid won't manage to repel this time.
Such a shame Henselt perished in Lormark. Blasted dragon slayer.
Right you are. With Henselt alive, Nilfgaard wouldn't have had it so easy in the east.
The Emperor's sure to take Novigrad soon. He'll seize the Temple Vault, the City Armada. The West will be all but his as well.
You know a lot for an ordinary merchant.
I do. What of it,
Just that it makes me like you even less. First you ask about the message I'm carrying. Now you say you're waiting for Nilfgaard to cross the Pontar. You better come with me. I know some people who'd want to talk to you.
You'll have to kill me first.
If needs must.
Relax. A misunderstanding. That's all this is.
Hold him, Witcher. I'll find a rope.
Ha! Not a chance!
All right, I'll grab him.
Most you'll grab is your own cock.
Let's search his body. Might have been carrying documents, a message.
You're on your own.
Thanks for your help. One Nilfgaardian spy less. Take this. It ought to prove useful.
Move it!
Another one. Run along home with the rest.
Sir, show some mercy. We've not got nowhere to go. For us, it's Novigrad or death.
Had enough of you lots. Sod off, or I'll have you skewered.
Sorry, can't get involved. You're on your own.
Master! Sir!
Enough. Just gather up and go. Scram!
Wounded and tired, Ciri collapsed in the swamp. Some peasants found her and took her to the Baron, Velen's self-appointed ruler. The warlord took the young woman in, had her nursed back to health, then sent her on her way to Novigrad.
Another one. Run along home with the rest.
Sir, show some mercy. We've not got nowhere to go. For us, it's Novigrad or death.
Had enough of you lots. Sod off, or I'll have you skewered.
They seem desperate. Let them through. Can't see any harm in it.
Fucking hell. How many times have I got to repeat this? I've orders to turn back anyone who don't show a pass.
Let these people pass.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. We got nowhere to go back to. Novigrad. That's a chance of a new life.
Stay off the roads. Liable to run into another patrol.
Shan't be taken like that again. We'll be as careful as hares in a field bared by winter. But you was cast in a different mould than us. More like the hero that lies in the tomb neath Crookback Hills. Tomb's in a cave in a hillside. Down Warren's at the foot of the hill. Folk say treasure inside's a sight to behold. Huge hoard. Might find something that suits you. Good luck. so pale with your hair onions and all.
Hey-ya!
Warning you.
This is scandalous. You kept us half the day. Going on like that, and you'll be wanting to give me.
Elven blood, eh?
By order of the hierarch, whosoever conceals a mage in their home.
What is it, Grey Boy? Looking for adventure?
Thanks for the invite.
Congratulations. Quite the winner, the Vagel Buds. Luke's one hell of a prick, but I don't recall him ever losing before. And seeing as you outran him, you actually stand a chance at Paleo. Make some real coin.
Paleo? Never heard of it.
Fuck me, what a peasant. The Paleo's a race held at night in the city streets. Used to be every district sponsored a competitor. Things are different now. You're gonna race jockeys put forward by Bedlam and Reuven, but my coin's on you.
Fine, I'll race.
Lovely, colour me thrilled. Just don't bloody let me down, 'cause I'm about to bet a small fortune on you. Go prepare. Drink some chamomile or whatever the fuck you do.
The Paleo is above all a race of honour. The winner doesn't just win a reward, he earns our respect as well. So, take your positions and get the fuck going.
Let's go!
Cleaver had a good oath for proving you. Congratulations.
Give us a kiss, Geralt. No? Then I'll smooch that roach of yours. That were lovely.
And my pay?
Take it, you cheeky bastard. Never met a man who earned his coin fairer than you did today.
Temple Guard, scatter!
We gotta get the fuck out of here. Thanks, Geralt.
And that's what I found so interesting. It wasn't the Bob Lazar that I saw in all those videos.
Inconsistencies, and then you can add those inconsistencies up and say, you know what, this can't be true. But the thing is, you can do that with factual events, and this was a factual event. Where the project is now, where the parts are now, you know, this is all 20 years ago, so I know there are alien craft here from another planet. I saw other ones, but I was inside one. I know it was not made on Earth. I know it was made with materials that we cannot fabricate, we cannot duplicate, and we've never been able to. I know it uses a power source that's so advanced that we could only dream of something along those lines, and the energy density on it is phenomenal. There's nothing else I would ever expect to see. I know that, you know, this is done in the highest levels of security, and you know, that they use all kinds of methods to keep it quiet, from disinformation to, buried in the side of a mountain, and, you know, I also know that there's lots of nonsense information that has gone around, and whether it was started by the Navy or military or whoever's at the absolute bottom, you know, of the project. And I really suspect that the case.
It's who you should burn! He killed your comrades at the Vegelbud Pool!
Leave me be, or I shall call my husband.
What do you want? White one? Yes, and? No loitering round here.
Mercy! I shall tell you all!
Move it!
So I get an idea how
Leave me be, or I shall call my husband.
What do you want?
Be gone with you.
Look awfully suspicious to me, Strat.
Leave me be, or I shall call my husband.
Duty calls?
And not only that, but he's not backing down. He's doubling it. Yeah. He hasn't changed his story. He's telling you now the same thing he was telling you
Locked. Looks like Zed's inside, and in hot water. Gotta find another way in.
And they're a little bit more confident. They're not like a geeky 20-year-old kid. Now they're just a geeky adult. And so that little bit of footage was the first step, the first taste I got of this. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna do my best because this story's too big. It's too important. And look, I've already got him once on camera. Maybe down the line, 5 years later, I might be doing some more filming, right? And really, I'm doing this to bring it to you because you're seeing it just like I'm seeing it. You now have 3 more minutes in which to judge Bob
Must be
Lazar's
Zed.
right? And that's all I was trying to do, was get more data into the stream so we can make a more educated opinion on if the story's true or not. The crux of this story is about a place called S4, Site 4. This is a place that nobody had ever
Find
heard
it?
of.
No.
There is not one
Duke will be peeved we didn't get Zed to spill where he keeps the ledger.
I tried, didn't I?
Might have pressed him too hard. Shit.
yet.
Well, at least we got the Isengrim card.
Greetings.
And George Knapp, Cole, Nellis Air Force
Come on,
Base.
Ringo. Time to shine. Get him!
They had an S4, not Cole.
Damn, you're ugly.
George got confirmation there was an S4, so Bob somehow knew things. He somehow...
Isn't green foil TI? We're looking for something. Deck. Roger, how much this card's been around for. And we're looking for something. And we're looking for something. And we're looking for something.
And they filmed it, right? How did you know that? It's a real guarded secret, wouldn't you think? You know, the existence of a secret database in Area 51? Figure not everybody would know that.
Must be the names of people Zed sold cards to. Zoltan ought to have a look at this.
Didn't work out there. S4 is kind of the key, and I'll show you what I'm talking about that. You brought S4 into the forefront. It's been confirmed to you directly from the base.
What's the round?
S4 has been confirmed to me directly.
Ooh.
One from an employee of DG&G.
No bread, no coin.
Start engineering and
I told you, the piece is sad, melancholy.
Save your
Zoltan.
Get out.
Round of Gwent.
I never refuse.
Let's play.
Was confirmed by those two same sources. One saying that when he was working in secret capacity at White Sands in 1989, there was common knowledge at the base about Bob's story. And I said, well, what was the believability? The general believability. And he said, everybody knew that what was going on out there with these types of projects. And they all believed Bob's story.
But were they following it as it's unfolding in 1989?
That was the impression that I got, was that it was big news. If you ever see it, if it's soundless, noiseless, it's hovering, anti-group music or appearing to be the way, it is not ours. And I said, not ours like America? And he says, not ours like humans. So it's about 25 years after Bob's story, and I started digging into it and started calling up a bunch of people who have advised my work in nanotechnology and aerospace stuff, and in investigations in general. The highest ranking military individual I've ever met has been someone that has advised my work for a while, was in position to know, and I've had multiple confirmations that Bob Lazar is telling the truth, and that S4, as he described it, existed exactly like he described it, and for the purpose that he described it. So I've got all these independent, personal confirmations that there's a grain of truth to Bob Lazar's story. It was driving me crazy. So I sat down with George and went through with him, showed him he knows who some of the people that advise my work are. He's satisfied with it, I'm satisfied with it, so we're getting direct testimony from people, not for public consumption, not for me to go on radio shows and talk about it, not to put them in movies, but just to inform my work. People that care about me and my work too. So it really started to intrigue me, because now all of a sudden it's not just one person saying this thing, but 25 years later I'm getting independent, personal confirmation of the facilities Bob said he worked at. That wasn't happening 25 years ago. So that was pretty cool. Everybody's focused on Area 51. We know the great things that were achieved in Area 51. It's a shell game. It's a sleight of hand. We're talking about S4, right? And we're talking about the acknowledgement of a secret base called S4 because of special projects there, extraterrestrial projects.
Well, I got confirmation from Nellis Air Force Base, so I called their public information office. This is back in 1989. We're working on this. Do you have a place called S4 on the Nellis Range? And they said, yes. Can you tell me where it is? No. Do you have more than one? Yes. Can you tell me what goes on there? No. It's classified. So we know an S4 exists. We know classified work goes on there. We know that they're not going to tell us any more about it. No one had talking about a place called S4 in public before Bob Lazar. There's no printed records of it. It didn't appear in the newspaper story. He's the one that told them. How did he know? How did he know that those test flights were going to take place 3 weeks in a row? There have been no news stories, not in UFO circles, about test flights of something that looks like a flying saucer over Papoose Lake. That happened 3 weeks in a row. They took people out there. I've interviewed all the witnesses who were there, and they've got it on videotape. How did he know? Well, maybe somebody told him. You know how ridiculous that is. Maybe somebody told him, but it's important that Bob didn't go to MIT. How ridiculous is that? Here's videotape of a flying saucer flying over a secret base the government has never acknowledged, and the important point of this is Bob didn't go to MIT? It's ridiculous. How about the main, you're sort of burying the headline. The headline is, flying saucers at a secret base. There they are on video, and we're quibbling about whether he has a degree or not.
Jordan, now, call the Nellis Air Force Base, have an S4, and they say yes.
Yeah. We hadn't gone with our UFO stories. They weren't on. The only thing that had been on the air was John Lear on the record, and then this Dennis interview, the interview with Dennis. So I wasn't quite the UFO guy that I am now. And actually, the guy I talked to, the public information officer at Nellis, is somebody that I knew.
We called, like you said, does S4 exist?
I could try. I mean, I could certainly ask them whether they'd still answer or not. I don't know. You recall 25 years ago, they would answer questions about UFOs. You know, they might keep you on the phone long enough to figure out if you're crazy or not, but at least they talk to you about it. They don't talk to you at all. They won't have a conversation. Whether they'd answer that S4 question or not, I don't know. We can try. We're calling Nellis Air Force Base, a public affairs office. And that's who I called 25 years ago. We'll see if they will confirm for us that they have an S4 out there. Or where. I suspect we're going to have trouble, but we'll give it a try. Hi, my name is George Knapp. I work with Channel 8 News, and I had a question. I'm not sure if you can answer it or might be able to answer it. I'm trying to figure out if there is if you can confirm that there is somewhere in Dallas Range, a place called S4.
Zoltan.
Get out. A facility. Yes.
Up for some Gwent?
Of course. Okay.
Let's play.
Hi, Airman. My name is George Knapp with Channel 8. I was calling to see if, and I don't know if you can tell me this or not, but whether you have something on the Nellis Range called S4, a site or a facility or a location designated S4.
Called S4?
Yep.
I have no idea. I can try to get an answer for you.
That'd be awesome.
I would have to contact, see maybe red flag, but yeah, we were to for your information, but what's a good contact number for you?
This number here.
George Knapp, K-N-A-P-P.
Right.
Knapp. So you're looking for a zone of the range called S4?
Yeah, I'll just let you know that I'd been told some years ago that there is a place called S4. They didn't tell me where it was, but in fact, you might have more than one. Like S4 meaning Site 4. Right.
And what about Site 4? Are you looking into what's significant?
I want to know if it exists. We had been told that there had been classified work going on out there. One version of the story is that there was a facility near Papoose Dry Lake that was called S4. There's another version of the story that you've got a place at Omaha Test Range.
Okay.
And I just didn't know if you can confirm one way or another.
Okay, when are you trying to get this information?
Anytime. There's no deadline.
I will try to get in contact with somebody at the range and see if they're familiar with an S4 and whether or not the information is released forward. Because I've never heard of it personally, but we'll find out.
I appreciate it, Airman. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, so, it's just kind kind of interesting. He already confirmed it decades ago. We're just wondering what the climate of the situation was now. And I could like tell you this story, but it's much more fun to show it to you. I make films anyway, right? So I could talk about it, but showing you how these things go, there's a little bit of humor in it. So we waited for a call back, and we weren't very hopeful. We didn't think they were going to call us back. Back in the day, George knew the public affairs guy. This time we don't know who we're talking with. The kid didn't even sound like he knew much of the base, you know, so we don't know what kind of information we're going to get. They called right back and left a message. That's this, the next one.
Yesterday you called to get Nellis Air Force Base to confirm S4's physical location. The one by the Moose Lake bed is the one we're interested in. And and you've called before, back before a lot of this was secret. You got direct information. Yes, the facility exists. We can't tell you anything more about it. So we get a guy yesterday. He said, I have to go ask people that would know. And you get a voicemail back the same day. Right. As yesterday. And let's hear what the voicemail is.
Hey, sir, how you doing? It's Aaron from Nellis Air Force Base. We're calling to get you the information you requested earlier today. I spoke with the Nevada Test Tech Training Range headquarters, and they let me know that none of their maps in possession have a location that depicts S4 or Site 4 as the designation. So that's what I can tell you right now. So if you have any further questions, be sure to let me know when you get a chance. Other than that, have a good day.
So a couple of things. One is that 25 years ago they did confirm not only they had one, they had more than one S4. They wouldn't tell me where it was. They wouldn't tell me what goes on there, but they said it is a real place, and I've got that from other people that work out there, not just Lazar. Secondly, the parsing of the language is what I thought was interesting. We talked to the people at the range, and they don't find it on any map. Well, it's not going to be on any map. It wouldn't be on any map even if it was, even if it existed. And so just saying that it's not on any map is not the same as saying it doesn't exist. It's a very specific kind of truth. It's a new day and age in dealing with public information officers, and not only for the Air Force, but every federal agency, is that they are where you go for information and you never get to speak. Unless you get their permission, you never get to speak beyond that.
Like fishing as a journalist, you want to see where the level of secrecy is and why S4 is important is because S4 is linked to all of these special projects that we've been looking into dealing with the extraterrestrial presence.
Yeah, being able to confirm that there really was an S4, which is where Bob Lazar said he worked, goes a long way toward establishing that his story was true, because it had never appeared in any newspaper, it wasn't on any map. That's what he claimed. So when Nellis told me, yeah, we got an S4, but we're not going to tell you where it is, that was a really big deal. I don't necessarily think they're lying. I mean, maybe this guy doesn't know. Maybe they don't call it S4 anymore. Maybe after all that stuff with Lazar came out, they changed.
Seems I won.
Right fucking shock, given your frankly amateur deck. Here, take this card. You need it. You do well to fix your collection. It's downright porous. Don't need you bringing me shame at a dandelion for that. You might skim something off your mate Roach. He's said to have good cards, that one.
We start in G-Major, and
Told you, the piece is
rating.
Take care of yourself, Doo-Doo.
Oh, those bigots haven't the cunning to strip me of this flask.
Well, well. See, the crew's been hard at work. Not bad.
I love it, especially the accoutrements on the wall.
Priscilla picked them.
Well, I must admit, you have great taste. What about Rotlick? Did you get the placards?
Rotlick said he'd bring them on his own. Should be here soon.
Great! The best way I can think of to promote the chameleon.
Never mentioned wanting to change the name.
Rosemary and Thyme wasn't all bad, but it conjured images of Temerian cuisine served by waitresses in peasant garb. Chameleon's a lot better for a cabaret, apart from which it emphasizes that the place has undergone a transformation. Just A better ring to it all round.
What about choreography? Prepared anything special for the opening?
We haven't. But Polly has. She's priceless. Came in and brought the girls in line before I could say knickers. Premier will have the audience on their feet, on their knees, both at the same time.
Guess everything's ready. So when's the opening?
Soon. We start our dress rehearsal in an hour. I just need to nip back home for my dress.
Thanks for everything.
Don't mention it.
Seems my cabaret dreams are about to come true. So, around to celebrate? I'm buying.
Why not?
That's my boy. The foreman mentioned he saw you and Priscilla talking.
He's all right.
And she say anything about me?
She said something that made me think she's not entirely normal.
What?
That you're responsible, got your feet planted firmly on the ground.
You're pulling my leg.
Not this time. One thing's eating me. How do you manage to get the loan from Sophronia?
Oh, wasn't easy. She got so excited about our performance, I had to read to her for 4 hours. 4 hours from the Cloak and the Dagger.
You mean you didn't?
Are you crazy? Who do you think I am?
The sports model, that's where it was, and he kind of drew it out. So
she's late, of course. She knew how important this night was to me.
Of course she did. Probably just making herself gorgeous. Takes time.
So it's true. A woman's vanity knows no bounds.
Master Dandelion! Priscilla, she's...
What? Speak, man.
She's badly, been attacked. They took her to Vulmerius Hospital.
Attacked? She's hurt? Geralt, come with me, please.
Of course. Let's go.
that section where he goes, I was inside one. He's talking about a UFO.
Gods.
I was inside of one.
Priscilla.
I said, well, Bob, what did
Is she gonna live?
Well, I'd say that's certain. Her condition's critical but stable. Beg your pardon, but you are a relative?
Relative? No, a friend. A very close friend.
Dandelion, correct? She uttered the name in her few moments of lucidity. I am Joachim von Gratz, head of surgery. Until recently, a lecturer at Oxenfurt Academy.
Enough of the courtesies. What are her injuries, besides her eye?
A concussion, cranial swelling, incision into her larynx, and scalding inside the throat and esophagus. Clearly someone forced her to imbibe a caustic fluid.
And I think kind of the light display that came up with the alien writing probably sunk that right in.
Who could have done this?
That I do not know. I do, however, know she is not the perpetrator's first victim.
How can you know that?
I've seen wounds like this. They're not the kind one would forget, don't you agree? In fact, just this week a corpse turned up in the morgue with similar injuries. And no heart.
No heart? You mean that might have happened to Priscilla? Is someone looking into this?
This is Novigrad. Only the innocent burn here.
Geralt, I know I owe you 100 times over, but I need to ask you another favor. Find the bastard who did this. Find him and kill him.
Don't need any convincing. Come on, Dandelion. Let's think about what we can do.
I would suggest examining the previous victim's corpse. It has yet to be autopsied. Doing so could very well provide some clues. No need to look astonished, gentlemen. As a surgeon, I know the importance of preventive medicine. Rather than wait for this maniac to strike again, I'd prefer to excise him. Not unlike a tumor.
You'll have to make up the rest. Because he said that's what everybody does. They just insert bullshit, you know. He's like,
Great analogy, but this tumor's not gonna sit there, wait to be excised. Appreciate the help, but I doubt you know what you're getting yourself into.
I know perfectly well, and I assure you I can take care of myself.
Easy assurance to make, harder to back up, especially if you've spent your whole life wielding a scalpel, not a sword.
Look at this scar. Don't be shy. Any idea what leaves such a mark?
A flail. Morning Star, maybe.
What do you think? A blow sustained at the operating table? No? Let me repeat. I know what I'm doing, and I wish to help.
Think they'll let me into the morgue?
By the main entrance, certainly not. But you can also get inside through the sewers.
The sewers? Travel them often, Doctor?
As often as required for,
what about this gear?
Preventive medicine.
Alternative treatments.
They might be in
Aggressive
there.
ones, I'm guessing.
They might be in there.
We can discuss this en route. Are you ready?
Ready and intrigued. I'll get whoever did this, Dandelion. Even if it's Hierarch Hemmelfart himself.
Thanks.
It's coming.
I've talked to a bunch of individuals that knew him from working with him there, but I couldn't go public with it.
So, preventive medicine you practice in the sewers. What's that about?
Think. Sewing up drama victims can grow awfully tedious. Is it not better to nip the problem in the bud? I tried to get the temple guard to enter the sewers, alas, to no avail. So, I hear that.
Been hearing it for a while. Draw your weapon.
Thank you. Oh, these are just the mugs. These are just the mugs. Mm-hmm.
I like him. We totally disagree. Stan's wrong. So, yeah. So he attacked Dr. Kringle on the phone, trying to belittle what Dr. Kringle said. He goes, Jeremy, what did you do? This guy keeps calling me. All I did was tell you a little thing, and he won't leave me alone. I'm like, yeah, he's looking to try to discredit you because he's invested in it not being true about Bob Lazar. I said, just tell him what you told me, tell him the truth. So, anyway, any way you get around it, here's a physicist, worked at Los Alamos, inside capacity, was in security with Bob Lazar. Think of that what you will. Now for my most exciting part of this story. This is the thing that really gets me. Has everybody heard
the other shit? It's all in there.
Okay.
That's cool. I like those real nice
because of Bob Lazar.
sturdy.
No other reason we heard about that back in
I am
1989. Very obscure. An element that we theorized, we might be able to
That is cool.
create a few atoms of one day. Element
like
115 is a huge part of Bob's story because it's a very specific part. He said that he was told 500 pounds of element 115. In fact, if you remember his story, that was the fuel source for the gravity wave amplifier. And this sounded like total science fiction. And everybody said, oh, it's very unscientific what Bob's saying. All he said was that there was an element that was yet to be fabricated by humans that is super heavy and has this potentiality to trade as a fuel source for saucers and it runs on. Well,
Priscilla, how's it look? Give it to me straight, no sugarcoating.
Her wounds will heal, but it's her voice that concerns me. Surely you understand what a terrible blow that would be to a Trobritz. Enough to strip her of the will to live.
Any remedy for that?
I fear only your friend Dandelion can be of help on that count.
Well, Bob always said, well, he recently said, he goes, yeah, that's true, he goes, but there is an isotope, or isotopic combination that will stabilize it. Just
Take the ladder.
Haven't found it, it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So, I called up some physicists.
This is the place. Come, the quicker we take care of this, the better.
Why? Got somewhere to be?
Someone might disturb us. The coroner, for example. Or Reverend Nathaniel Pastore. Very well. We seek the corpse of a dwarven woodcarver.
Very clear to me. This is not about UFOs, is it? Nope, it's about element 115. Okay, cool. Totally unwilling to talk about this on the record, but consensus. They all said, yeah.
Calluses on the fingers, sawdust in the beard, clothes sticky with sap. Must be our dwarf.
Excellent. I trust you don't grow weak in the knees at the sight of blood.
Not a bit. Start the autopsy.
Where?
We can't rule that out, so it is not pseudoscience.
Let's examine his torso.
What have we here? Deep wound on the left side of his rib cage, and a scar the length of his stomach.
Apparently, that's not the common thought. It's not. So I don't know why people scream that all the time. So it is within possibility that is true. Now, a sensitive part of the story.
Open the abdominal cavity.
Due warning, it will stink of rot.
Once fought a Zoogle up to my waist in sewage, so I doubt... Wait. Smells not rot.
Formaldehyde. A medical novelty. Heavily diluted, it's remarkable at preserving organic tissue. In stronger proportions, it's more destructive than acid.
Explains why there's no smell of decay, and why his throat's scalded. Look at the scar. Wounds long and thin, an incision, but the edges are ragged.
Means nothing. Look, no swelling, no bruises. An old injury, perhaps an accident in the workplace.
We'll get to that. Why did he claim that?
Let's examine the chest wound. Yeah, heart carved out, wound cauterized.
Wait a minute, there's something else.
That is precisely why he went on the news with George Knapp. In fact, I wish I could have seen this. I wish I could have filmed this. The last second when George thought to reveal Bob's identity to the public on the news. Bob and
An egg from an amphibian. A salamander? Scorched but intact.
I attended some lectures in herpetology as a student. Afraid I don't recall any amphibians that would lay eggs in corpses. So either Professor Cochrane was deeply mistaken, or this is our murderer's doing.
That caused some problems. But so if this story's true, he's being threatened. What is the one thing that could prove his...
Let's look at his head. Hair smells like it's burnt, like he was in a fire.
Notice anything else? That his eyes have been scooped out, for instance?
But let's just say it's true.
Let's examine the mouth. Burns, blisters.
Just like Priscilla's.
See this? Incision made into the voice box.
Indeed, so thin as to be nearly unnoticeable.
Take a shower
A
first.
small, extremely sharp instrument. Scalpel.
But why? The wound is too small to bleed, and there are signs of swelling. The murderer... I believe he performed a tracheotomy, so the victim wouldn't die too soon.
Those burn marks I see in his eye sockets.
Yes, and some grey dust. Ash, it seems, very fine.
Murderer gouged out his eyes, then put burning coals in the sockets.
So it seems. Looking at the wounds, it appears our woodcarver was still alive when it happened.
This is not element 115. Okay, this is just aerogel. Say that first. Okay, but this is a piece of aerogel. Before anybody knew
Look at his
what aerogel
hands.
was,
These welts. Rope burns, right? He was tied up.
I'd expect so. No one could sit through such torture unless bound.
Speaking from experience.
Yes, that of a victim. Spent a year in the dungeons of Tretogor. Long story.
Some other time, maybe. See the callus? Our dwarf wore a ring, but someone took it off him.
Extraterrestrial. They're like, oh man, it comes with the 115. It must be alien. You know, they
See
have
anything
no
interesting on
idea.
his legs?
You guys ever seen an aerogel? It's
His
like
right foot.
light as smoke.
The ankle swollen. Toenails broken. He clearly kicked something very hard. Right before he kicked the bucket.
Doesn't strike me as the right time for jokes.
Apologies. We surgeons, we've a different sensibility.
And a different sense of humor. His genitals, we ought to inspect those.
I sincerely doubt they bear any relation to the matter.
We'll see. Pull down his trousers and... shit.
Syphilis, actually. Early stages. No sign of diffusion.
Think there could be a connection?
Only as the killer's potential motivation.
All right. Think I know enough.
Enlighten me, please, because I've still no notion what this is about. What the motive might have been.
Scientists investigate the unexplained, not explain the uninvestigated. What does that simply mean? It's just, we need to look at the things we don't know, not try to explain them as if we know them. And so
It's some kind of sick ritual. You saw it. Burns in the eye sockets, cavity where the heart should be, scalding liquid, all centering on warmth, heat, fire.
A fire eternal.
It's a lead worth following. Any idea what his name was?
Fabian Meyer. And I'm Hubert Reich, the coroner. I've come to perform the autopsy, but I see you've done it for me, Joachim. As always, you interfere where you're neither needed nor wanted. Drag others into trouble in the process. Who is this?
A student. Lifelong learner. Got a couple questions for you.
Very well, speak. But be quick. Reverend Nathaniel has come by for an inspection. He'll be here shortly.
Eat something. Did you eat your breakfast?
And the world, and I love the way George says it.
I just think of the things that in the 25 years since
You old friends?
Hubert taught me the rudiments of medicine. Long ago.
And not very well. You've still not mastered certain basic principles. For example, that a doctor's role is to treat the ill, not save the world.
You've not changed a bit.
A compliment?
No, a statement of fact. 30 years, and you've not changed a bit.
Woodcarver's body. Where was it found? It's important.
Plan to investigate? Exciting. He died in his workshop south of the market square, just beside the gate to Far Corners. That poor Trebirates was attacked there. City's abuzz about it. But the woodcarver, Eustace the corpse collector, brought us the body. You should speak to him. Saw him just around the corner near... Oh, greetings, Your Reverence.
Who are these people? I believe I made it clear no one's to be allowed in under any circumstances.
You did, but they're friends of the deceased. Here to collect the body.
Out of the question. Show them out at once.
As Your Reverence wishes. Gentlemen, follow me. You shall leave via another route.
Why'd you cover for us?
I was covering my own arse. If Reverend Nathaniel had learned someone had entered the morgue, then cut open a corpse without his permission, I'd be in deep trouble. But you didn't give that a thought, did you, Joachim? As ever. Well, while I don't approve of your willfulness, I also wish to see this murderer hanged. So, should I learn anything new related to this case, I will let you know.
Thank you.
50 or 60 products that are being sold, product lines, different kinds of trinkets and collectibles from Area 51. Bob did that. That's from Bob. That's from Bob Lazar. That's why this story caught on. That's why it went worldwide.
Nathaniel. Who is he?
A scoundrel. A rogue. Like every man who wears the robes of the eternal fire.
Most are scoundrels before they ever put on the robes.
True in his case as well. Before he donned the frock, Nathaniel was a torturer, delighted especially in torturing women. Later, Hierarch Hemmelfart appointed him to oversee the morgue. He deals with the temple guard, supervises cremations, conducts funeral masses in the temple on the Isle, and so forth.
Dream job. Might have told me you know the coroner. I could have skipped the trip through the sewers.
I know him, thus I avoid him. I've said enough on the subject.
From the beginning, but also haven't covered new stuff. And so that's what my film...
Don't aim to press you.
Thank you. I've nothing to hide. It's just an old wound, unhealed as yet. What will you do now?
Plenty of leads. Woodcarver's workshop, the corpse collector who found him, alley where Priscilla was attacked. Got work to do.
As do I. At the hospital. I must return there. But I shall keep my fingers crossed.
And I'll keep my eye on you.
Bob's life was not traditional. I mean, he was kind of an outlaw. He was a weirdo, man. And then he had this, like, jet car. Right? He built jet bikes, by the way. He built me a flamethrower. So they're really cool in these deserts. It's totally safe driving like that. Besides maybe blowing myself up. But he still likes to do and make these incredible things. So he had a multitude of jet cars.
Now